Yo,
welcome back.
Let's go.
Another Sunday.
Another Sunday.
A different couch.
A different couch.
Same room as last week.
A couple of the same grown-up kids.
Same two grown-up kids.
Let's go. Man.
So this week, we are going to be talking about a plethora of things.
It's kind of a bunch of random things that we were like, we really want an episode.
Been listening to lately. Random things that are on the calendar. TikTok got banned yesterday. Technically today.
Oh yeah,
children's. You don't really care about that, but
no, but children's names.
Yeah, future children's names.
Although we talked about that, I think it was like a week ago or whatever, and now this specific child has been born and named. Really? Yeah, but it's okay because I still kind of want to play this game.
Yeah, no, me too.
Not game, but like just have this conversation. All right, but yeah, before we get to all that, and we will, song of the week.
Faux show.
For show. What's your song of the week, Jay?
My song of the week is I Feel Fine by the Beatles.
Yeah, it's a great song.
And it's my song of the week for a very specific reason because I'm using it in an edit I'm making right now. So I've been like hearing it a lot. But it's a great song, so I don't mind.
I love when that happens. Like a song that you love and then you use it for something other than just like pressing play.
Yeah.
It's so great.
Other than pressing play.
You know what I mean?
Listening, casual listening.
Correct. Like, yeah, like it means something more now. You know,
like it's the idea that like that's what the song is about. That's what I do with the song. I press play.
Yeah. Exactly right.
That's funny.
Exactly
What's
right.
What's your song of the week?
Exactly right. Exactly right. What is it? What is that from?
I don't know. It does sound vaguely familiar.
Yeah. Shoot, that's from a movie. Oh crap! It's like someone being dodgy and like not wanting to answer a question straight, and so
I just realized another thing.
Frick! All right, it's all good. My song of the week is I think it's called "Man or Muppet," and it's from so it's technically by Jason Segel, and the song is credited to Jason Segel and Walter.
The Muppet.
Yes, so good.
That's
so.
Funny.
I think, it's from like the remake or not the reboot, I should say. It's like when
12 or something.
It's probably somewhere in there. Yeah, when Jason Segel like basically financed and
right?
Yeah, she was in it. Yeah, when Jason Segel basically financed himself, the Muppets kind of like being revived. And I mean, both of those movies went hard. They were so good.
Both as in that and Muppets Most Wanted?
Yes.
I love Muppets Most Wanted.
They're both really good. Muppets Most Wanted is probably better than...
Have Maisie and Jude seen Muppets Most Wanted?
No, they haven't seen either of them yet. But they have a Tony box, which is like and they got a little Kermit the Frog. And they were like, they ordered it and they like kept it a secret, like a surprise for me. They were like, we got a Tony. We can't wait to show you what. Well, they just like with Kiana.
Yeah.
And then they were like, we can't wait to show you what character it is. And the guy, they're like, it's Kermit the Frog. They're freaking out. So
Dad loves Muppets.
So the song's on it, and then it tells the story of like that first movie or that reboot movie. And so we've been listening like all week. Those few songs that are on the Tony, the Kermit character, just play through our house like endlessly. And I can't tell you how many times I have sung like that chorus of am I a man or am I a Muppet? If I'm a Muppet, I'm a very manly Muppet. Am I a Muppet? Junk is so funny.
It is actually really funny.
No, this song is
so much fun.
Yeah, that song is comedy gold, I feel
Muppets
like.
Most Wanted is the same way. Like, they have so much fun in that movie. And the songs, when I used to nanny for our cousins, we got really into that movie and I showed it to
Yeah.
them. And then like when we would clean the house and they had like
Mhm.
the speaker system that would go throughout the entire house,
Yeah.
we would blast the Muppets Most Wanted
It's
soundtrack.
so good.
And it'd be like every room in the house you're hearing Muppets Most Wanted.
It was great.
Yeah, it
man.
was fun.
Good times.
That's
So,
a funny song of the week.
I
Add
know.
to the playlist.
Yeah, it's like super goofy, but I think listening to songs like that, especially in the middle of like you're listening to some like more serious songs or whatever, just always is like, oh, what a great comedic break.
I remember like being in the car with my friend Lauren one time and my phone was just shuffling like liked songs. I don't remember what Muppet song it was, but some Muppet song came on and she was like, what is this? And I was like, you don't know the Muppets? Like,
Yeah, like actually, like the fact
to
that
me, it's
some
just another
people,
band.
yeah, the fact that some people have never listened to Dr. Teeth and the Electric
Yeah,
Mayhem, I'm
no.
like, what are you doing?
Can you picture that?
Yeah. The trembling trees, embrace the breeze. No, it's
So good.
it's phenomenal, man. Well, yeah. So, anyways,
Yeah. So should we go into what we like have watched or are taken in recently?
yeah, let's do it.
Because yesterday I started to tell you and then I was like, I've got to save it for the podcast.
Yeah.
Yesterday, so there's this director named, I'm not going to necessarily pronounce his name right, but
Okay.
Bong Joon-ho.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You
Just
know?
kidding.
Oh, okay. He is actually like really famous. He's won a
Hans
bunch of Oscars
Jorgensen.
and stuff like that.
Okay.
And he came out with this movie 2018, I think maybe. I don't remember when it came out, but
Okay.
not that long ago.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's like way long ago. Maybe it was like 2022.
Yeah, it's like 6
something.
years.
It was like it wasn't that many years ago.
Okay.
Called Parasite.
Parasite.
And it won a bunch of Oscars and stuff. It's, I actually don't know what language they're speaking. Hold on. I should find out so that I don't say something wrong because it's an Asian speaking language in the film. So it's just like dubbed, but it's not like
Mandarin.
it's not like a unknown movie. Like it is a very famous movie and most people just watch it with
dubbed.
like not dubbed.
With the
but
original.
subtitles.
Okay, got it.
And it was gripping enough that like I had no problem just being paying enough attention that
you just read the subtitles.
oh, it's Korean. That's what it is.
Korean.
So I thought it was like a scary movie, which is why I hadn't
Going
watched
into it?
Yeah, like
Okay.
I thought it was going to be kind of scary, which is why I hadn't watched it before because I've had friends like when I was in film school that would just rave about it. And because the cover kind of looks a little ominous and the trailer looks a little ominous, and so I was like, meh.
Yeah.
But I love a thriller.
Yeah.
I love a good like psychological thriller, trying to figure it out type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's what it is.
that's what it is.
Nice. I would probably love it. Yeah.
Oh, I think you would love it. It was crazy because I thought I watched like the first 5 minutes or something, maybe like a year or two ago. And then I think I just kind of gave up and I was by myself. So it was like not as fun. And so I didn't finish it. And in the first like 5 minutes, this really gives nothing away, but it's like a family. It's a mom and a dad and like young adult kids, a girl and a boy.
Yeah.
And they're pretty poor and they live in South Korea. And they live in this like semi-basement home. Like their windows are like to the street, basically.
Yeah.
And which I'm sure there is pretty common. But and in the very beginning, they're like folding a bunch of pizza boxes, and that's like part of their job.
Yeah.
They do a bunch of just like little odd jobs. And I was just thinking, like, where is this going? I don't know. And at one point, like, the dad sees a stink bug and like kind of flicks it away. Whatever. Anyway, a fumigation person comes through and they're like, oh, close the window, close the window. Like, we obviously don't want all the fumigation like gases in our house.
Mm-hmm.
And the dad's like, no, it'll get rid of the bugs. We'll get fumigation for free, basically.
Okay.
And in my head, like, and it gets in the house and they're all coughing and stuff. And then I turned it off like not that long after that. So in my head, I thought Parasite was like, I don't know, somehow they like got a disease or something like that, or it turned into like something post-apocalyptic, or like the pizza boxes like poisoned a bunch of people because there was like fumes. I don't know. I was coming up with all sorts of ideas.
Yeah.
It wasn't any of those.
Okay.
And it was so good. Like,
Dang.
sound was so good. The cinematography,
Yeah.
insane. The writing of the actual story, insane. Like,
Ooh.
at no point did I know what the ending was going to be until like right before. And even then I was like, what? And the family is just genius. Like, the whole thing, which this is like the plot on the,
okay,
like if you look it up on
synopsis
on Max or something like that.
Yeah.
It is just like they kind of like start working for this rich family and they sort of like infiltrate the family. And that's all I'll say. So genius. I think you would love it.
Okay.
I was like almost like mad that I hadn't already watched it because it was that Caden and I both watched it. He was like,
I love finding movies like that. It's one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
When you finally watch a movie or you stumble across a movie and it's literally so good, you're like,
oh my gosh, it was so
good.
I'm
so thankful that I didn't go any longer without watching this movie.
I think I've talked to you about this one too, but it's Christopher Nolan's like first kind of big movie, Memento.
You've talked about it, yeah.
I have talked about it, and I showed that to Caden the other day, and he also was like, that was so freaking good.
Yeah.
And
I still haven't watched like that or Interstellar.
I'm watching Interstellar today at the movie theater because it's back in theaters right now.
Yeah.
Which, like, the first time I watched Interstellar was on a... We always end up talking about Christopher Nolan, I feel like.
It's because he's amazing.
Yeah, he really is. But
his movies are so fun to watch.
I watched Interstellar for the first time. You got to cut it out with the shaking of the leg.
Why?
Because moving the whole couch.
All right. Boo. You gotta cut it out.
You gotta stop. But you just did it again.
Yeah, well, it's kind of who I am. I don't know.
I understand.
Shoot.
But
it's like a conscious decision now not to do it.
Sorry. But
I'll do my foot instead of my knee.
Whatever. Anyway. I saw Interstellar for the first time on a plane.
Yeah.
And in the crappy plane headphones.
Yeah, that's right.
And it was just fine. You know, I thought the story was good. I've since watched it like on a TV and stuff like that. But I'm very excited to watch it on a movie theater.
I feel like that would be huge.
With like the audio, like that's gonna be
no
really
pun
great.
Yeah, like I didn't mean
But you're right.
Right, huge as in like huge difference.
Because honestly,
as well
movie,
as huge like
Matthew
huge
McConaughey
screen
in that movie. Such a great actor. Again, I'm shocked you haven't seen that one because you would love it.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
I will watch it eventually. It's just one of those movies that's like every time I think about watching it, I know that I'm gonna want to pay close attention. I'm gonna want to lock in, and
I know a lot of time for that.
Yeah, and I know that sounds so ridiculous. Like, dude, it's been out for like probably 12 years or whatever it's been.
No, but I get it.
But yeah, it's like, do I want to watch it by myself? I probably would. That's fine. So then I don't think Kiana would watch it. So it's like I gotta find a time to watch it by myself to lock in 3-hour movie, I assume. Yeah. You know,
it is like 3 hours.
And so it's like, have I had time to do that in my life? Yes, absolutely. But it's like every time I think about it, I'm like, okay, I could do this right now and lock in, or I could watch something that like I can pay less attention to.
Yeah, right.
You know, and maybe multitask or whatever. So it's just so silly that I've not watched it, but just kind of
but I get it. Yeah.
To what it is. It's where I'm at.
Yeah.
But
it is like a little bit slower in the beginning too.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'm sure.
It's beautiful.
It's like,
obviously you've definitely heard the soundtrack. That one song is like
of course.
Incredibly famous.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
I've listened, I like turn it on speakers and we play, me and some friends, we play Moonrakers. And when we play Moonrakers, we'll turn on either Star Wars or Interstellar music just because it feels very spacey.
Yeah.
And then Moonrakers is kind of like you're building a spaceship and you're going on missions across the universe. Yeah. So yeah, it's freaking sick.
And then my last contribution, which I also don't think you've watched.
Okay.
Is the new season of Severance just started? Have you seen the first season?
No. I'll watch it eventually.
Oh, okay. The way you were saying no made me feel like you were like, no, like anti-Severance.
No, just everyone keeps talking about it and like I just haven't watched it yet.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
We're only talking about it recently because the second season came out.
And Stone's been convincing everyone to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. Kaden, because that was another one that I realized I've done this with a lot of Apple TV shows, but I had watched the first few episodes when it came out like 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
And then I was kind of like, I'm not super into this. And then, yeah, our friend Stone was like, you didn't finish it. You have to finish it. And so then Kaden and I just started over with Kaden and we watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh my gosh, we loved that.
Yeah.
And the final episode of season 1 is like the biggest cliffhanger. It felt like a big like middle finger to all the people that watched it because it was just such a cliffhanger that it was like, are you for real?
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I didn't watch it all years ago because I would have had to wait like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
For some sort of like closure.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if I'm going to get closure in season 2.
Yeah, that's tough.
But it's really, really, really good.
Let's
and they
go.
did like a pop-up thing in New York City. Did you see that? We're in the train station. What's that train station?
Grand Central?
Grand Central. Yeah. Union Station, Chicago. But
nailed it. I know my train stations.
They did like a pop-up of like, it's this big glass box and it looks like The Office in the show. And the real actors from the show are in it. Like the guy from Adam Scott and like.
They're in the real glass box?
They're in a glass box that looks like The Office from the show in Grand Central Station. And it's like surrounded by people walking by and they're like pretending to be the actors from the show. Like as if they're at their desk, like working, talking to each other as if they're in the show.
That's really cool. It's also so like, that's crazy impractical. But how incredible.
Yeah.
Like
and
to walk
Ben
by
Stiller is standing just outside the box, like recording like he's like a proud dad. It's really funny. They were on a show and like, I forget who was like, they were on some talk show and they were like, look at you taking a video. And Ben Stiller's like, yeah. Like he's got his phone camera just like recording.
That's
like,
incredible.
He's like, watching his kid's like baseball game or something.
That's awesome.
Because he's the director of a good portion of it, if not all of it. But
that's wild.
Yeah.
That's
Which
amazing.
we love Ben Stiller. So I feel like you would love the show.
Yeah.
Different vibe than some of his other stuff, but you'd love it.
I feel like he's one of those people that when he was, especially like younger in his acting career, I feel like people would say things like, he always plays the same type of character, which actually, I've heard people say that, and I don't think that's true even a little bit. I think of Heavyweights, which is like this super low budget. Really then I think of like Zoolander. Yeah. Then I think of like Meet the Parents, and like those characters are so vastly different.
Yeah.
It gets me triggered when, and then that's a little bit later, obviously, or whatever. But like, it gets me triggered when people talk about Ben Stiller like he's this one-dimensional actor, like he's literally phenomenal. And then now he does, yes, thank you. And now he's
directing a bunch and
now he's like on the production side and whatnot, and he's phenomenal.
Yeah, he was so good in Nutcrackers, as we've talked about before.
Oh yes, Ben Stiller slander will not be tolerated. Not that anyone's doing it, but I have heard people kind of be like, "Oh, I don't like Ben Stiller," and I want to slap him, not because I promote violence, but because I promote Ben Stiller. Okay. So
Ben Stiller stand. We will stand.
For real. No, actually though, he's definitely easily one of my
That's so funny.
Probably top 3 just movie people, you know, whether we're talking actors or directors or whatever, like just the industry.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Ben Stiller.
To go to, before we do some of our funny stuff at the end.
Yeah.
Something that we've both been watching.
There we go. I can finally get in on the conversation. Yes.
I will say, you've seen less of it than I have.
I'm in season 2.
Oh, you are?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in season 4.
Okay.
I honestly didn't know there was a season 4. I thought season 3 was it. And then I was on Disney Plus and it kept going. And I was like, oh, great.
I love when that happens. It's like, there's more show to watch.
That was another one that I started maybe the first couple episodes a year ago and didn't get super far into it. And then restarted it like a month ago. And I have it on in the background of when I'm working.
Yeah.
And I'm not like editing something, so I can kind of listen.
Yeah. The show is genius.
So funny.
It's so funny.
So good.
The humor written into like the mystery is just, it's beyond perfect. I just enjoy it so much.
The trio of Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez is so good.
It's really good. It's really good. Steve Martin and Martin Short have been working together for a long time.
Classic duo.
One of my all-time favorite movies, Three Amigos. comedy movie from back in the day.
Father of the Bride.
Yeah, Father of the Bride. Yep. I mean, these guys have been together for a long time.
You might not have seen this part yet, but there's one moment where they're doing something together and someone says like something about like, oh, Father of the Bride or something like that. And I was like, wait.
Yeah, there was another.
Called themselves out.
There was another moment where they mentioned or referenced the Three Amigos as well.
Oh, really?
In season 1. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So
I kind of like.
I love Easter eggs like that.
If they do it in season 1 a ton or not, but they are doing it in season 3 and 4, where like they are watching something happen that they weren't there for. But then like it's basically like you're watching a scene of something that happened and the 3 of them are sitting in the scene that they weren't actually in when it happened in the beginning.
Okay.
Like the original moment of that thing. Like let's say somebody like stole something off a desk.
Okay.
And they're like figuring out that piece of evidence. When they figure out that piece of evidence in the show, and they show them like, sitting there in the scene watching someone steal it off the desk, even though they weren't there.
Yeah.
I actually really like that they do that.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, I think the way that they're writing,
they like break a lot of the rules of
and it's just really, really good. Even just the whole. There was this one scene in season 2. I literally was laughing out loud, and it's like this, they're trying to solve a murder and everything, but I was cracking up. They are talking to the bird.
Oh yeah.
So the camera angle is just in the room, and they're talking to a bird in a cage. But then the next shot is from the camera angle of the bird, and it's like moving in a way that feels very organic, like as if you are the bird from the viewpoint, and they're Martin Short especially, he's trying to recreate the one character, like the way that she talks to the bird. And I was in tears.
Yeah.
It was so freaking funny. And then, and then Steve Martin starts going, then Martin Short, just back and forth.
Yeah.
They're phenomenal together.
Right.
The two of them.
Without like spoiling.
Yeah.
I won't say, but did you guess who the murderer was in season 1?
I'm trying to remember who the murderer was in season 1. Oh, it was. Okay, wait. Try not to give too much away. Let's just say.
Like maybe you caught on eventually.
Let's just say that my very first gut instinct about the murderer was that they were the murderer. And I said that to Kiana, but probably...
Has Kiana watched all of it with you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that.
Probably a couple... I don't know if I'd say a couple episodes or just a little bit later or whatever. I was like, I was like, maybe I'm wrong. And I started to pivot, just like, like trying to figure it out, and nothing else or nothing at all really was pointing to that, other than like this random intuition guess that I had, which is not much to go off of. It's just like a hunch, Right. And so I think I pivoted off, and then it was like, oh no way, this story is phenomenal.
It's so good.
Phenomenal.
And every season,
I can't wait to see what season 2, conclusion.
I feel like, at least, I don't know what the general opinion is, because I don't actually know enough people that have seen all of it that I've talked to. But I feel like season 2 and 3 were like just as good. I think the vibe of season 1 is maybe more fun because they're like in the hotel or the apartment building a lot more. And it's like the vibe of that one is just like, because they're like really setting up, I feel like, their whole dynamic.
Yeah.
So that one's like just a maybe slightly different vibe.
Yeah.
But I feel like I liked season 2 and 3 just as much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so far I like season 4.
So far season 2 is just as good as season 1 was.
I love the like opener song.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
So good.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
I don't know why, but I really love it.
No, I can hear it in my head right now.
Oh, yeah. No, it's really
it's
good.
so freaking. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard the title on the show, Only Murders in the Building, but I for one reason or another, it was never on my radar that it was Steve Martin and Martin Short. If
Yeah.
I knew that, I probably would have watched it the day I heard of it, because I just know the two of them and the things that they've done together. And Steve Martin is one of my all-time favorites. Martin Short, I don't know if I'd say he's one of my all-time favorites, but like he's way up there. He's just amazing, and he's freaking hilarious in everything that he's in.
Yeah.
So I love his character in Jungle to Jungle with Tim Allen.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
the dad
Yeah.
of Karen, I think her name is. Yeah, but
He's so young in that.
Martin Short's just one of the most ridiculous. He's just always so ridiculous, but in like a way that actually makes sense. It's not like a ridiculous in
Yeah.
that it's not believable. Oh man, he's so good.
Yeah.
I will say this. Did you notice like the moment that like I saw the character on screen, I was like, yeah, wait, I know that guy. And then the moment that he spoke, I was like, oh, did you realize that what's his name? Teddy Demas?
He's
The
what's
sandwich
his name?
guy? Wait for
crap.
it.
Pumbaa?
Timon.
Timon.
But I
couldn't remember.
maybe more obscure than that.
He's also in a movie I know that I don't think you know.
What
He's
movie?
In Nicholas Nickleby.
I know the movie. I don't know the movie super well, but like I've seen it. Okay.
He's what?
He is oh crap, why can't I all of a sudden not remember the name of the character itself?
What movie?
He's the cat in Stuart Little, the one that hates Stuart.
Oh, wow. I would never have thought about that.
I kept quoting these random things that he would say.
As the cat. Wow, you remember Stuart Little that well?
It feels like one of those things that as we were watching it, I was like remembering things.
Wow.
But the funny thing is Kiana, she doesn't remember that stuff, so she doesn't have a clue. So I'm sitting there like quoting things that the cat would say or whatever, and I'm pretty sure she just completely tunes it out, or at least partly. Like he's just like, it's like I'm not even talking or saying anything in that moment. Maybe, I don't know. It's
That's
hilarious though.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, isn't that wild? What the heck is the name of the cat? It's
I don't know. But before
Snowbell. His name is Snowbell. Yeah. There we go.
About right.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I was working, like I think I texted you maybe like last week or the week before.
Yeah.
But I was in Meta, which is like Facebook's thing. The like business suite, scheduling out posts for work. I texted you a screenshot of the this week.
Okay.
And the calendar dates are: today is National Popcorn Day.
Yay.
Tomorrow is, well, first and foremost, tomorrow's Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Yep.
But then it's also Inauguration Day, which wasn't on the calendar. I thought that was weird. And then it's also National Cheese Lovers Day. And then I think it's Wednesday.
Like, who did this?
Is National Pie Day.
It's
which
ridiculous.
I thought was March 14th.
Pie. P-I-E.
Yes.
Pie Day on March 14th is P-I.
Yeah, but I feel like it should also be Pie Day.
I'm just saying
sense.
There's a difference.
Okay, yeah, you're right. But it's National Pie Day.
Yep.
This Wednesday, maybe? And then...
Ooh, good to know.
Or Tuesday, I don't know.
Need some pie.
Or maybe it's... Actually, I think it's National Hugging Day.
Oh, gosh.
And then it's National Pie Day sometime this week.
Yeah.
And then Saturday is Opposite Day. National Opposite Day.
National Opposite Day.
And then like the week after, there's like some stupid holiday, I think like next Friday or Thursday or something, that's National Love Your Heart with Art Day. Like, who's going on?
Yeah.
They're on the Meta calendar.
I think we should be able to file, like as citizens of the United States, we should be able to file claims to put national holidays on the calendar. I think what our mission in life should be as citizens is to fill up all 365 days with some type of national holiday. Like, I think then...
Throw me one.
All right. National Get Your Jeans Dirty Day. It's a day where
Last week,
yeah.
one of the days was National Use Your Gift Card Day.
What? Are we joking?
I'm not joking.
Okay. I think there should be a national mismatched socks day. I think there should be a national fake mustache day where everybody wears a fake mustache.
Wears a fake mustache.
Yeah. I think there should be a national clothes backwards day. Wear all of your clothes backwards. Just see what happens.
Or inside out.
Inside out works too. Yeah.
National Rage Day. Just treat everybody like garbage. Everybody's mad at everybody. You get coffee at the coffee shop. It's like, here's your coffee. It's like, thank you.
I think this is exactly how the movie The Purge came about. It was comedy writers sitting in a room and they said, let's come up with some funny holidays to throw on the calendar. And then someone said, let's have a national day where you can commit all the crimes. And then they were like,
The Purge.
They were like, wait.
That's a genius idea.
We have some movie making friends that have been looking for kind of like a thriller, bit scary, horror-ish type idea.
Yeah.
We should send that to them. You know, like that's how.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
National put your couch in your kitchen day.
That couch is getting gross for most people, you know. Yeah, I think National
Shave Your Head Day.
Oh, that would be crazy.
The entire world goes bald.
No, that would be nuts.
On one day. And everybody's hair would be growing out at the same time.
You'd get like these universal
hairdressers would just be out of commission for at least like a few weeks.
Yeah, but they'd make so much money
the day that everyone shaved their head.
The National Shave Your Head Day that they would not need to work for the rest of the year. I think that we've just come up with a national holiday to promote the explosion of the hairstyle industry.
We could save the economy with a few holidays.
We are a few holidays away from world peace. Yo, it's so good. Oh gosh. All right, last thing before we're done with this podcast, but Patrick and Brittany Mahomes.
Oh yeah.
They just had their baby, so the game of coming up with names is a little bit ruined. But their first two kids' names are apparently Bronze and Sterling. And I'm pretty sure Bronze, I could be wrong here. Pretty sure Bronze was a girl and I think Sterling was a boy.
Sterling is kind of a cool name for a boy.
It is a cool. It's just when it's paired with Bronze as your first kid. Now all of a sudden we're getting real like.
Would name your other kid Gold, like.
So their baby was born and the third baby's name is Golden.
Are you joking?
Yeah, and it's a girl. I saw someone post like, "Nah, if I'm Bronze and my little sister's name is Golden, I'm taking her out or something."
No shade to their baby. It's just a silly name.
Yeah, I mean, it feels a little bit like Northwest.
I feel like if I was that baby,
what's happening?
I would push really hard for my nickname to be Goldie because then it's like Goldie Hawn or something like that. Like that's a name of other people.
Yeah, sure.
Golden
is a bit wild. But I was trying to come up with other names that go with, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not that
Golden
invested.
Mahomes.
But yeah.
Does that sound funny?
It actually kind of sounds sick though.
Gold Mahomes.
Bronze Mahomes sounds ridiculous. Sterling Mahomes sounds sick. Yeah. But I was trying to come up with just some other names to go with Bronze. Magma?
Yeah, like loam, magma, like volcanic rock.
Oh. What does that have to do with
other things that like?
But that's what I was gonna say is like, so we could go
Magma
copper. But then I was also thinking in terms of like, just like, you know,
stainless steel Mahomes.
Podium.
Oh, you're thinking like
Olympics. I'm thinking like Olympics. Medal. Like
Diver
DAL. We could.
Diver's kind of a cool name.
We could go with Diver.
Maybe it's not. But
what?
Like it could be.
No. But like
no.
You could go with Bronze, Sterling, Platinum. You know?
Platinum Mahomes.
Bronze, Sterling, or like, Diamond. That's actually like a real name.
Because it's like Delta Gold, Delta Silver, Delta Medallion. It's like Medallion Mahomes, Reserve Mahomes.
No, literally. I mean, this is the
VIP Mahomes. Lounge Mahomes.
VIP is crazy. No,
MVP Mahomes.
This feels like the trajectory of like the way those names were going, right? Like bronze and sterling. I mean,
it did.
It did.
Golden.
And I think it was obvious that gold was going to be like the next one. But if they have a fourth kid, where are they going? So when I play, like if you play,
Priceless Mahomes.
I got played Rocket League for years, and now like in Fortnite, and so like anything that Epic Games owns, when they do ranked, it's like it starts at bronze, then silver, then gold, then I think it's platinum, then diamond, then I think champion, then grand champion. So like I think that's a trajectory that their fourth kid, platinum, their fifth kid, diamond, their sixth kid, champion, and then their seventh kid, grand, like grand champion. Like maybe they're just doing the Epic Games.
Kind of could be a cool name, maybe.
Maybe.
Grand Mahomes.
Probably not, but maybe.
Grandy.
Grandpa Grand.
Grandma Grand.
Grandma Grand.
Grand.
It's like,
Grammy Grand.
it's just ridiculous.
That is.
Instead of grandfather, it'd be Father Grand. He could become a priest.
Papa Grand.
Oh gosh, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
Bronze, sterling, and golden.
I want to say a
But
name that Cade and
to
I
each
have an
their
idea
own.
of so bad because he like really loves it, but I'm not going to. I've got to save it. I got to pocket it.
Yeah,
But like,
fair.
I do feel like we have one name. We already know what we're
Blaze.
going to name one of our kids eventually because the Lord told me.
Yeah,
But one of the other names we came up with one day,
yeah.
and I genuinely think it's like a great name.
But
is
is it like a little off the wall then because of the way that you're saying it?
Slightly, but it's like also kind of just like not that weird.
Okay, nice.
I feel like at first maybe people would be like, oh, because it's just not ever, I've never heard it as a name. But then I feel like after a second, you'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever.
So I'll find out someday.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect.
Probably when we have a kid.
Probably. Hopefully.
I mean, unless we don't use that name.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I mean, we're going to have a kid eventually.
Yeah, okay. You worried me there for a second.
Not for
I'd
a
like,
while.
I would love to be an uncle. I am technically an uncle because I have two
No, you'll be
nephews.
an uncle for sure.
Yeah.
That's gonna be that's crazy. That's gonna be so fun.
I can't wait. A blood uncle. Right now I'm a marriage uncle, but I want to be a blood uncle.
A blunkle. I've been born to be a blunkle.
I'm a marriage uncle, and then a bunch of my students call me Unc, or like some of my like leaders that have graduated, and they're like some of our young leaders. They call me Unc. So I'm a pastor uncle. I'm a marriage uncle, and now I want to be a blood uncle. You know?
Yeah.
Give me that blunkle status. So
all right, well,
dope. All right, well,
we'll see you guys next Sunday.
Adios.